Hi everyone, I am Morgan and I am here today with my fellow Bloom owners, my mom Julie and my sister Bethany. And it's kind of a gray, rainy day here in Connecticut where we are filming this. So we decided it's the perfect day to do a gentle rainy day flow. So whether it's actually raining where you are right now or maybe it's just feeling kind of gray and rainy on the inside, this is the perfect practice for you. We will keep it slow paced, mellow, and just kind of cozy and nurturing today to leave you feeling calm and rested. We will get started. If you have a blanket at home, I encourage you to keep one nearby. We'll use that throughout the practice. So go ahead and grab one of those and keep it on hand. And we will actually begin by taking the blanket and placing it behind the back underneath the sits bones for a little of extra cushion and support. And let's get started. You can close your eyes. Sitting up tall, root down through your sits bones, draw up through the crown of the head, imagining as if you have a string running from the base of your spine, just up above the head, and someone were pulling that string upward towards the ceiling. Lift your shoulders tall, and then roll them down the back. Gently engaging through your abdomen to support your spine. Begin to connect with your breathing, taking your energy and your focus inwards. Observing the natural pattern of your breath. Noticing the quality and the depth of your breathing. Is it ragged at all, uneven, or shallow? Just start to smooth, slow, and deepen that breath. Taking your inhale through the nose, slowly filling the lungs up with air, the belly rising with the breath, and then allowing it to empty back out. Continue that steady breathing, keeping your entire focus on the breath as it moves in and back out of your body. Whatever it is that you've arrived on the mat with today, anything that took place before this practice, anything you're anticipating to take place after, let that go. Becoming fully present with your inhale and your exhale. Continue your deep breathing, but shift your focus elsewhere in the body, scanning through from your head down to your toes. How are you feeling physically? And how are you feeling emotionally? Taking a moment to become aware. Asking yourself what it is that you need to receive from this practice today. It could be physical, it could be emotional, maybe a little bit of both. And allowing an intention to unfold from that. Setting an intention for your practice, maybe picking one word that embodies your reason for being on the mat today, or how you'd like to feel when we close. Calm, serene, grounded. Setting your intention now. And we'll begin with a round of 3 cleansing breaths. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, let it out of the mouth with a sigh. And again, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. And one more inhale. And exhale, release. You're welcome to keep the eyes closed or float them open. The blanket can stay underneath the sits bones, or if you'd like, you can place it over the lap just to create a little bit more heat and comfort in the body. Take your hands up to the temples and begin to draw little circles, giving yourself a massage here. letting go of any tension you may be holding on to throughout the head, pressing into the fingertips and just drawing those circles around. Continue your slow, steady breaths that we began at the start of our practice. Sitting up tall the entire time that we're unseated, continuing to engage through the core. And bringing your hands down towards your jaw, just in front of your earlobes, and drawing little circles there as well. Personally, I hold all of my tension in my neck and in my jaw. Some of us grind our teeth at night or clench our jaw. I'm one of those people, so I always feel it here. And this is just a nice release and really nurturing to yourself. Take the hands back behind the head, underneath the base of the skull, and just begin to draw little circles there. Maybe drag the fingertips down the head, whatever feels good for you here. You can take it down towards the neck, towards the shoulders. Just enjoying that. A couple more breaths here. And finishing by pressing the fingertips into the tops of the shoulders, just feeling that little bit of weight, allowing that to comfort you here. Allow the arms now to extend out by your sides, palms facing forward. Give yourself a big hug, taking the right arm over the left. Wrap the fingertips behind your back, so maybe walking the fingertips a little further behind your body. And allow your head now to drop down, resting the chin into the chest. There's nothing better than a nice hug on a rainy day, so enjoy this. Take one more breath. Allowing the fingertips to inch forward, releasing the arms and taking them into an X shape. So the arms remain crossed. You can either pull your arm across your chest, as my mom will demonstrate, to stretch the shoulder, or find an eagle arm, wrapping the right fingertips around to the left palm. Whichever feels best in your shoulders is fine. You're still stretching the same muscle groups, so do what works for you. It's your practice today. And 1 to 2 breaths. Again, sitting tall, pulling that string up from the crown of the head. Unravel the arms and release them out by your sides, placing the left palm in the mat beside you. Take the right arm up and over the head into a side stretch. Root down through your right sits bone, continuing to create opposition. So as the right sits bone presses into the floor, the crown of the head reaches up and over. And find one breath here. Lift up and wrap the right arm down behind your back. Grab hold of the right wrist with the left hand. Allow your left ear to drop into the shoulder, allowing the weight of the head to open up space through the right side of your neck. Breathe in and exhale out any tension or stress that you may be feeling in the neck and in the jaw. Allow your head to sink forward just slightly, feeling the chin drop towards the chest, and then carve the head back up and over towards your left ear, continuing that flow at your own pace. And anywhere that you feel kind of a little catch or pull in the neck, places that need extra support or extra attention, you're welcome to pause and hold there as long as it feels good for you. Continue to pull gently along the right wrist, using the left hand to create that opposition once again, as if you were pulling 2 ends of a rubber band. And pausing in stillness now with the left ear up at the shoulder, take 1 deep breath. Lifting the head to neutral, extend the arms out by your sides, palms facing forward. Taking the left arm over the right this time. Again, wrap the arms around into a big hug. Sit up tall, inch the fingertips back towards your shoulder blades, and let the chin drop down into the chest. Feeling the weight of the head sink forward. 2 deep breaths. Feeling your energy move inward. replenishing and restoring your mind, your body, and your spirit. Take the arms forward, keeping them crossed in an X shape. You can either find eagle arms like Bethany, or pull the left arm across the chest, and just as my mom is demonstrating, into a shoulder stretch. Shimmy up a little bit taller. By now, sometimes we start to allow our posture to sink, so reestablish that length, breathing in to lift, and exhaling to deepen your stretch through the arms. Find one more breath. Unraveling the arms, take your time, extend them back out by your sides, placing the right palm down into the floor. Left arm extends out, reaching up tall, and exhaling over into your side bend. Root through your left sits bone. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale to sink into your side bend. We're expanding through the left side of the rib cage, creating space, expanding the lungs, deepening our intake of breath and oxygen. Lift through the left arm, allow it to guide you up and out of the stretch, placing the left hand down behind your low back. Grab hold of the left wrist in the right hand. Sit tall, drop your right ear to your shoulder. This is my favorite stretch for the neck. It should feel really good, maybe a little bit of intensity. If so, you can always ease out of it slightly. Draw your chin down to your chest and carve the head back up and over towards the shoulder. Continue rocking the head. Just kind of exploring this stretch and seeing where your neck needs it most. If you find a place where the neck catches and needs an extra hold or an extra pause, feel free to take a few counts there. Slow, steady breaths. With each exhale, letting go. Trace the right ear back up to the shoulder and hold here for one breath. Lift up, interlace the fingers behind you now, and as much as it's comfortable for you, press the palms back, reaching out through the knuckles and forward through the heart. The arms do not have to straighten. Just come as far as your body allows. Expand through the heart center, filling your body up with light, with energy, with love. Take one breath. Arms release and open out by your sides. Take the right leg and extend it out towards the top corner of your space. Pull your right toes actively up and back. If your hamstrings are feeling tight today and you have your blanket, you're welcome to roll it underneath the right knee for more support there. Sit tall, left foot is resting in the right inner thigh. Right hand comes behind the right thigh. Left arm out by your side. Inhale, stretch through the fingertips, pull the left arm up and over the head, and arc the body down towards your right leg. Inhale, lift up, pulling the left elbow towards your side. Exhale, pull the left arm over the head, and once again sink down towards the leg. And continue this flow now at your own pace, lifting in and out of your stretch. Good. So notice how both my sister and mom are finding a lot of length here in the spine. It's as if there's a big beach ball on your right side that you're arcing the body up and over. So we don't want to just collapse to the side. The spine reaches up and then arcs out through the crown of the head. One or two more breaths like this. Continue to actively pull the right toes back, pushing out through the heel, stretching the hamstrings, finding length. The next time you come over, hold there. Take one breath. And elongate from the left fingertips up, draw the arm down by your side. Square your hips off to face your right leg, so turning the body towards the right leg. Place the hands on either side of the right thigh. Sit up tall, and hinging from your hips, walk your belly towards your right upper thigh, so starting to inch down into a forward fold. Come to your first edge. That means wherever your body is resisting, where you feel that pull and intensity in the hamstrings. And that'll look different for all of us. It might be a couple of inches into the fold, or maybe you're able to make contact with the leg, resting the belly or the rib cage to the upper thigh. Continue to find length through your spine. So on your inhale, send energy out through your heart and the crown of your head. And then on your exhale, see if you can sink down and fold even 1/4 of an inch deeper. One more breath. And lift and lengthen up and out of the stretch. Take the right foot and place it against the left, so you're finding a bound angle position. Sit up tall, root down through your sits bones, and lift the crown of the head tall. Hands can be placed on the ankles, around the feet, or maybe in front of the legs. And as we did in our forward fold on the right leg, come to your first edge, growing up tall and then pulling the belly down towards the heels. Only coming as far forward as the body allows. You never have to force anything in yoga. Just meet your body where it is today. Once it realizes that it's safe here, you'll notice that the muscles start to relax and let go, and you may be able to ease a little bit deeper. But we always come into these stretches with softness and in a relaxed state. Take one more breath. And easing your body up, continuing to lengthen the back as you lift. Extend your left leg out by your side, taking your right foot to your left inner thigh. Pull up and back through your left toes, flexing the foot. Place your left hand behind your left thigh and reach your right arm up and over the head. On your exhale, arc down. Inhale, pull the right elbow up and into your side and lift tall. Exhale, arc the arm up and over and tip down into your side bend. Continue that flow, following the pattern of your breath. Inhaling to lift and exhaling to lower. Allow your breath to guide your movement. As we did in our meditation, focusing fully on your breath. If your mind begins to wander off your mat and wander towards your to-do lists and all of the things that are coming after your practice, bring it back to your breath. That's a great tool that we use in yoga to help practice presence and being in the now. One more breath. The next time you come over, hold. Again, finding length, root down through your right sits bone as you arc the body up and over. Lift up and lower the right arm down by your side, squaring the hips towards your left leg, turning your chest and your belly button to face the left upper thigh. Hands can be placed on either side of the front leg. Lift up tall and exhale, hinge your body forward from your hips, pulling your navel towards your left upper thigh. Come to your first edge and breathe there. Again, letting your body know that it's safe here. Soften your jaw. Relax through your neck, your forehead, your temples. One more deep breath. And lift up, coming from the base of the spine to the crown of the head, extending both of your legs straight forward on your mat. Pull your toes up and back. Again, if you'd like, you can place your blanket underneath your knees to support your hamstrings. Sit tall. And you may feel enough intensity right here that you don't even need to move into a forward fold. For some of us, this is plenty of stretch in the hamstrings. If you'd like to move further, begin to hinge first from the belly button. So walking your belly button towards your thighs, maintaining your length, keeping your shoulder blades drawn together. Perhaps coming down a little bit further. Find your edge. Soften and breathe. Inhale to lengthen, reaching through your heart. Exhale to deepen your stretch. Breath. And walk your body up into seated. Shaking the legs out a little bit. We'll find our way around into a child's pose now. Taking the legs to either side of your mat. Feel free to bring your blanket with you. You can place it underneath your knees or your shins, or even on the tops of your calves so that you have a little bit of support for the glutes and the hips. You can also take a wide knee if that feels more comfortable for you. That's a really nice modification in child's pose. This is the perfect posture for a rainy day. It's a much more introverted pose, and it takes our 5 senses away from our external environment and brings the energy and attention inward. So feel all of your focus moving back into your center here. Coming back to the intention that you created for this practice, the word that you may have chosen for what you'd like to embody here today. Take one more breath. Walk your fingertips out a little further towards the top edge of your mat, holding in child's pose, and take the hands over towards the top right corner of your mat, so walking both hands over to the top edge. Reach the fingertips out as far as you're able to, and at the same time pushing back through your left hip and your left sits bone, creating opposition. If you'd like, you can even place your left hand up and over your right to create a deeper stretch. You should feel this running from the left pinky all the way down along the side and into your left hip. Walk your hands back to the center, and this time over to the top left corner of your mat. Inch the fingertips out and away from your body. Press your right hip and sits bone further into your right heel. If you'd like, you can place your right hand over your left. Feeling that pull all the way from your right pinky all the way down and into the hip, stretching the side. Walking the hands back to the center, lifting your body up into table pose. Blanket can remain underneath the knees for some extra cushion and support. Palms are underneath the shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. Hips are lined up on top of the knees. Engage your core, so gently draw up and in through your abdomen and lengthen your spine, reaching forward through the top of your head. On an exhale breath, curl your tailbone under, draw your chin to your chest, and arc the body up into cat stretch, kind of like an angry Halloween cat. Inhale, let the belly drop down and pull the shoulders back into cow, feeling the heart expand open. Exhale, curl the back up into cat stretch. And inhale, drop open into cow. Continue cat and cow at your own pace, following the pattern of your inhale, and on your exhale, there's no need to rush this movement, so take your time. You have nowhere to be. Just enjoy this time here on your mat, really emphasizing each movement. Inhaling, spreading shoulders back in cow, and exhaling, really squeezing the core up into cat, belly button pulls to the spine. Finish up one more round. Meeting in a neutral spine, flat back in table pose. Lift your right arm up and out by your side. Exhale to thread the needle, drawing your right ear and shoulder all the way down to the floor, threading the arm through. Your left palm can stay on the mat beneath you, or if the shoulder feels supported and safe here, you're welcome to draw the left arm behind the back as Bethany is demonstrating, and my mom, for a deeper twist. We want to make sure that the weight isn't just sinking into the right shoulder here. We continue to actively pull back through the left shoulder, the top arm, which creates a twist in the upper back. Keep breathing. Inhale and exhale, deepen the twist. One more breath. If the palm is lifted behind the back, place it down on the mat now. Spread the left fingertips wide, push into the left palm, and glide your right arm up and out by your side, unraveling from your twist. Place the palm on the mat and sink down into child's pose, drawing the hips to the heels, resting the forehead on your mat. Again, moving back inward. Come back to your breath. Come back to your intention. Inhale, lift to hands and knees, realigning in table pose, knees stacked underneath the hips, wrists stacked underneath the shoulders, fingers spread wide. Exhaling, curl the back up into cat stretch. Inhaling, drop the low belly down into cow, shoulders back. Once again, continuing at your own pace. Feeling that expansion between the shoulder blades and through the heart. We're also creating some nice heat around the muscles of the spine, surrounding the spine. Take one more deep breath. Finishing your last round. And then finding a neutral spine, flat back in table pose. Lift your left arm out by your side. Thread the needle in the opposite direction. Left ear and shoulder drop down to the mat. Right palm can stay on the mat underneath the shoulder, or it can wrap behind the low back for a deeper twist. As you exhale, see if you can pull the top shoulder open just slightly, twisting and stretching through the upper back and opening the left shoulder. If the hand is wrapped behind the back, you can place it back on the mat now. Spreading the fingertips wide, push into the right palm and glide up, lifting the left arm, unraveling, placing the palm on the mat, sink the hips down for child's pose, and find one deep breath. Inhale up to hands and knees, swing the legs around to either side into a seated position, and then lie down onto your back. You can place the blanket off to the side, under the back, or wherever it's comfortable for you. Once you make your way down onto your back, you can hug your knees into your chest. Give the knees a tight hug into the body and begin to draw circles on your back, circling the knees around in either direction. And reverse the direction of those circles. Steady your breath. Hold and squeeze your knees in tightly to your chest and exhale, letting all the air out of the lungs. Placing your feet down on the mat beneath you. Knees are pointing up at the ceiling, feet are about hip-width distance. Take your right ankle and place it on your left knee into a figure 4 stretch. You can remain here pressing the right hand into the right knee. Or as Bethany will demonstrate, you can hug the left knee in towards your body to deepen the stretch. Feel the hips releasing and opening. If you're holding tension in your jaw, let it go. Feel the back sink into the floor beneath you. If your leg is lifted like Bethany's, we'll all meet back down on the mat, placing the left foot onto the floor. Unhook the right ankle and hug both knees back into your chest. Outstretch your arms by your sides into a T with your palms facing up at the sky. And allow your knees to drop over towards the right side of the mat into a spinal twist. You can look towards the left fingertips to complete the twist if it's comfortable on the neck. Firmly press both shoulders down into the floor beneath you. Imagine as if you're wringing your body out like a sponge. You're not only releasing physical toxins here, but also emotional. So again, if it's feeling like a rainy day on the inside here, just let some of that go. Lifting the left knee and then the right. Let the gravity of your legs pull you back to the center. Hugging the knees back into the chest. Maybe drawing circles on the back or rocking side to side. Place the feet back down on the mat. This time placing the left ankle on the right knee. You can stay here, as my mom will demonstrate, pushing into the left thigh, or hug the right knee in towards your chest to deepen, grabbing at the back of the leg. Slow your breathing. With each exhale, let go. With each inhale, drawing in energy and lightness. If the leg is lifted like Bethany's, you can lower the foot back down to the mat, everyone unhooking the ankles and drawing the knees into your chest. Outstretch your arms into a T and allow your knees to fall to the left side of the mat into your spinal twist. Palms are facing the sky. Shoulder blades are rooted into the floor beneath you. If you'd like, you can look towards the right hand if it's comfortable on the neck. If not, keep the head facing towards the sky. Ringing out, letting go of whatever isn't serving you at this time. Take one more breath. And lifting the right knee first, followed by the left. Hugging the knees into the chest one more time. Give yourself one last big hug here. Setting up for Shavasana, we'll use our blankets today. So you can go ahead and grab your blanket and place it either just over the hips for some extra weight and security, or over the entire body. Make yourself comfortable here. Allow the arms to extend down by your sides. Feel the weight of your body sink into the earth beneath you. Imagining or maybe hearing the sound of raindrops falling around you. Allowing it to wash away any of your worries, any of your stresses. Feeling it all melt off your body and into the ground. Knowing that you are safe and supported here. And if you're at home, I invite you to stay here as long as you'd like. When you're ready, you can deepen your breathing. Maybe wiggle the fingers or the toes. Draw circles with the wrists or the ankles. Take the arms back over the head and stretch from the fingertips to the toes. Roll over onto your left side, placing the blanket over to either side, drawing the knees in and resting for a breath. Pushing into the floor, gently lift into a seated posture. Sitting up tall, draw your shoulders down your back. We'll close our practice the same way that we began, with just a moment of mindfulness, checking in. A good friend of ours and one of our longtime clients recently sent us a postcard here at Bloom that said, "We are the sky and everything else is just the weather." So whether today is literally a rainy day, or if you're feeling it internally, whatever clouds are passing through your awareness, know that all of that is temporary. You can always come back to the sky. And we'll take 3 deep breaths to close. Inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. 2 more, inhale and exhale. 1 more deep breath in and out. Bringing your hands up to your heart center. Thank you all so much for practicing with me today. It's always an honor to guide you, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day or your evening, and that we will see you again on the mat soon. Namaste.